Welcome back to the daily discussion. Have you ever tried to tell somebody what to do or give them the perfect advice and it just didn't sit well with them and they just ignored it? Well, there's this proverb I heard years ago that and I don't really know where it comes from, but it's when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And why this is important is because you could tell somebody this is exact same thing 10 months apart, a year apart, whatever it is, days apart even. And if they're not ready to hear it at one instance, they may be ready to hear it the next, and it may just be like the first time they're actually hearing it because it's the first time they're actually receiving it, which is a big difference. Even though they've like audibly heard it before, it's the first time they've received it and opened it up into themselves. Now, this come up recently with my son where he came to me and asked a lot of questions and was trying to work through something, and it's stuff I've kind of talked to him about in the past, but it just didn't sink in at the time. And even this time when I was talking to him, it was a better time, but the route or the mechanism I was using to try to get it across to him wasn't working either. So on top of the fact that the timing wasn't originally right, this timing was better, but my tactic was wrong. Then I had to shift tactics. And the tactic that I shifted to, which is actually the one that's most effective anyway for most people, is I allowed him to come to the conclusion himself, and I just helped to guide him to it by asking probing questions and getting him to dig deeper. And what we ended up coming up with for a solution for him, as I told him about the Heroic app and said, hey, I think this would be really good for you because then you can build this program that's yours and you can then go through it each day and follow your programming. And it's something that you have created and you want to work towards. And he was really into it, and he's downloaded it, and he's got his protocol all set up, and he's working through it. He's in the last week or so that he's been doing it, he's had a lot of changes, and it's just kind of really fun to watch. So, so for you, if you've ever gotten to the point where you're trying to be preachy and somebody's not getting it, maybe either try waiting for them to get to a point where they're ready to receive it, or change tactics and see if you can help guide them to the answer themselves. And if you want to get into the Heroic app, let me know. Reach out to me. We'll see if we can get you set up and ready to go.